What is going on, everybody? Happy Sunday. Welcome to the Luau show. Thoughts is me. I am him. Again, hopefully you guys are doing well, being safe, all that good stuff. A busy night. So 2 boys and their pop are going to join us. We're going to unbox some stuff. We're going to do giveaways. I'm going to show you the Bundy bundle from $7 a pop last week and show you what I got in that one. I'm also going to show some different ways to sort of a preview of a video that'll probably drop sometime later this week. Might drop on a Friday, so a very unusual day for me to drop videos. But they're 2 different items of a different way to display your sodas. So very cool. I'll give you a quick little preview for that one. Also, check out the new little Seinfeld shelf right there. That is the little diorama of the little minifigs. And also, it is a signed Yev Kasem, Mr. Soup Nazi himself, Larry Thomas. So a little bit of a different changing of the shelves, and a little here, a little there. Also, don't forget, big Whatnot auction coming this Wednesday night at 7 p.m. I loaded some more pops up there that are buy it nows. We are sold out of soda mystery boxes. 2 damaged mystery boxes left, overvalued boxes on those. We have a few 2-pop and 4-pop mystery boxes left. And I may put up another Grail or 2 Grail mystery boxes before Wednesday. We'll just have to wait and see how the week goes. So there's a lot of buy now pops up there. Please join me. You don't have to buy anything, but come join and hang out on L and the Whatnot app, 7 p.m. Wednesday night. And then people have always said with movies, would you bring back Luau at the movies? So I've done that. I think I'm going to do it more on this kind of platform than I will a video. But we did go see Fast 9 this past week. We were there for opening night. Actually, it was sort of before opening night. Already bought tickets for Black Widow, so we'll review that in 2 more weeks. It's 2 weeks away from Black Widow. Looking forward to that one. We saw Cruella. I highly recommend. If you haven't seen Cruella, go check out Cruella. But, what did I take from Fast 9? So without giving too many spoilers away, and I won't give too much away. I thought it was good. It was entertaining, funny. Again, the banter between Ludacris and Tyrese Gibson is awesome. It really is. It takes place, judging by his son, age of his son, who looks to be about 3 or 4 in the movie. I'm going to gather about 3 to 4 years after the previous movie. And of course, you have different cameos from just about everyone. Of course, John Cena playing his brother, Dom's brother, Jacob, in the movie. It goes back through the whole story, which is very cool. I like that about the movie a lot. If you remember from the first one, he was in jail because he beat someone within a half inch of his life with a wrench. You understand that. It goes in and tells you the story of that and tells you sort of the inception of the Toretto family. I thought it was really cool. Cypher is in it with Charlize Theron. Cameo. She's only in it a little bit here and there. We also had Mr. Nobody is in it briefly, again, very small cameo. You had Helen Mirren in it for a very small cameo. If you stay at the end credits, you will see Hobbs is in it. So The Rock, really the only one that really wasn't in it. And yes, people have asked, how do they do the whole Brian thing? Because, of course, his wife comes back in this movie. And she does, and, she's a part in the movie. They talk about him briefly in the beginning, and then towards the end, there is a scene. They do no CGI or anything like that. It's more imagining that it's him in a car. So that's the way they did it. I thought it was cool. Han comes back. They explain that whole situation, which is very cool. I thought they explained it very well, and it just goes into it. I thought it was an enjoyable movie. Is it the same old sort of shtick? Yeah, in a sense it is. It's been panned by critics. Critics really pan it. I will say, is it my favorite Fast and the Furious movie? No, it wasn't. In fact, I wouldn't rate it in my top 5 of Fast movies. Of course, this was Fast 9. There will be one more, Fast and Furious 10. That is it. He will not do any more, is what he said. Now, there could be spin-offs again. Shaw, Hobbs, who knows, part 2. You never know. And there's some more other characters that come back here and there throughout the movie. It was real enjoyable. I don't want to give too much away with it. I enjoyed it. It was a very good movie. If you love the Fast and Furious series, I highly recommend you go see it. It was cool seeing it on the big screen. That's it. I don't want to give too much away. Enjoyable. Also, the crew from Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift was in it. So Bow Wow, and of course, I forget his name. I think it's Lucas something, who was in NCIS New Orleans. They're in it a little bit. So I think they're going to be back in for part 10. It was an enjoyable movie. I highly rate it. If I'm ranking out of the top 9 Fast and Furious movies, I would probably give this one in it probably number 7. You know, if I was rating it stars out of 10, it's probably a 6, 6.5. So that's my take on Fast and Furious Part 9. Go see it. It is enjoyable. It really is. It's a good movie. It's not a thinking movie. Just sit back, enjoy it. If you loved all the Fast and Furious movies and you followed them up to this point, you'll enjoy it. It's definitely worth a see. All right. We'll say hello to some people. Oh, the Taco Man. Congratulations to the Taco Man. Hopefully you guys were able to check out his Whatnot auction. He was feeling a little under the weather last week, so we did postpone. So next Saturday night on his channel, we will do the Matt Chapman boxes, and we'll follow that up in 2 weeks with Dead Zone Citizen. So that's a little bit there for Sean. And again, you want to check him out every single Sunday around 1 p.m. for his Whatnot auctions. So check him out. Nadia, how are you? Frog Prince, Sarah Aldridge, Jeremy Warden, Josh Ray, Tats. Another thing happening tomorrow night. It is a late one, but 11 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow night, you will see me in Mystery Pop Theater, Curtis 2.0, go head-to-head as we both will open up Smyworld $500 boxes searching for Bank Robber Joker 2-pack. And there's some other great grails. I mean, Ace Ventura is in there. Krusty the Clown is in there. Of course, you can see there's Homer, there's Marge. I'm missing Bart, and I'm missing Krusty. And there was a really good Bart that went up on Whatnot, but I think Bart's like 400 PPG, and they want like $1,000. I mean, there's PPG and then a little bit above, and then there's like outrageous, you're out of your mind. That's what that is, at least in my opinion. Cool. All right. Well, let's get this out. Let me show you some stuff off. So everyone knows soda decks. And again, I always refer to Silver Hair Wolf. Claire, I think, says this great. There are a few different companies that make soda toppers. There's JT Customs. There's Flip Cakes. There's Rock and Row. A lot of people do them. There's differences about each one of them. And what I will say, it's like a cheeseburger. She said this, and I love this comment. It's like a cheeseburger. Every place makes them. Each one is different. Buy the one you like. So Jim came out with, Rock and Row, came out with the Chase case. So I'm going to show you the Chase case right now. It is an insert that can go into a pop protector. This isn't a soft protector. It can go into an armor. And as you see, it's acrylic. It's 2 pieces. It comes together. It fits your can there, your figure there, and it fits your pog there. Very nice. Now, you can't go crazy with this thing, and shake it all around. But it's another great way to display it. I like it. Very, very cool. So big shout out. If you're interested in that, you definitely want to hit up Rock and Row on Instagram. And there you go. Check him out on Instagram. He also will sell these on his Whatnot auction on, I believe it's Tuesdays. Message him that you would like one of those. I think they sell for $7.99 a piece. Very cool. Now, there's another company that makes it. And again, there will be a full review video coming later this week. This is from JT Customs, and JT Customs also makes a deck on top of your sodas. They make it out of aluminum. So this is your soda deck. JT Customs, there's their soda topper. It's made out of an aluminum metal. Again, different. But these are the soda steps, and this is something a little bit different. You can use it in a soft protector, and I will show you that right here. This is another way you can display it. And it fits just like that. You can sort of see it. It fits your pog down there and your soda up there. So again, a different way to display it if you're interested in that. Check out the video. Check out JT Customs. Check out Rock and Row. Some awesome little add-ons that you can use for your sodas. There is one coming from Display Geek. It is not out yet. It is an acrylic case. And I think it had a magnetic lid, which could be different. You get into copyright, I think, when you're dealing with magnetic lids and $7 a pop. But they have advertised that they are coming very, very soon over the summer. I'm going to gather JT Customs are $7.99. Rock and Row is $8.99. An acrylic fully encapsulated case for 2 sodas or a soda and by itself, you're probably looking at anywhere between, I'm going to gather, 12 on the low end, 20 on the high end. Just my opinion. My guess. All right. Another one, if you guys didn't see yesterday, I posted something on Instagram. So people always remember that there is Chrono Toys does a golden ticket mystery box. So I was filming yesterday with one of the little ones. And speaking of one of the little ones, you will see a brand new head-to-head video with, as she likes to be called, the mini Luau. That will be Wednesday. That video will, the first ever box battle the two of us did. So I pulled a golden ticket. So this is what it looks like. The Chrono Toys golden ticket. This was a tier 1, which basically means this $20, that's what the pop cost. And I actually got a Blacklight Iron Man out of the box. And there was little gold things to it. The golden ticket, this $20, because that's how much the item cost, will translate to a Glow Jolly Roger, which is like $560, a 410, a Freddy Funko's Colonel Sanders, or a Misfit Fiend. And you could choose which one you want. And I, of course, I'm going to choose the most expensive one, the Glow Jolly Roger. So shouts out to Chrono Toys and the golden ticket. It's real. People really do hit it. So, and I actually got that box. I didn't take it from her. Future video. Anyway. Yes. So yeah, it was very cool to get that one. They are out there. So when they do these special ones, this is the second version. They've done the golden ticket. There is really a golden ticket out there. So don't forget, guys, go check out Two Boys and Their Pops. Eric is going to join me at 10 o'clock. So check him out. Also wanted to show you this one for people that love. Let me add this to the stream. Let me go back. Add that to the stream. Let me show you this. For people that love the hot toys, you know I do. This very well may be the best Mandalorian you can get. There's also the Speeder Swoop Bike, which is available, which is just there. You will get Grogu, etc. But this is an incredible figure. It is available in deluxe form or collector's edition. Again, it's about a $45 difference. I highly recommend you get the deluxe if you're going to buy it and spend it. But there it is. You get Boba Fett's helmet, you get Grogu, and there it shows that's an older version. This is the new with the Beskar armor. Look at the pitting of it. It is incredible. Look at the black saber. And you get a portrait of Pascal, which is, I mean, look at the material that it's used. It is a fabulous figure. Again, representing the last episode of The Mandalorian. Look at the posability of it. Again, you can buy the speeder bike, which comes with a Grogu. I pre-ordered it. I did. I just think that'll be an insane item. And there you can sort of see these are the differences of the deluxe. You get the Boba Fett outfit and a couple of the poles and everything like that. That's the difference of $45. For that, $45, it's worth it. So just saying, incredible figure. Not expected until October, December of 2022. That normally is a date over in China. It is not here, so go about 3 months after that date. But people are saying, you know, how can you afford things like this? And I'm going to show you because it's simple right here. Here is how you can go. So you can flex your payments of this up to 6 payments. You can choose when in the month you want to do it. And there it is. You have to put a non-refundable deposit down of $37.50. And right now, they basically go out from when you would expect it. So, you know, your first payment would start June, $56, all the way to November, and that's sort of when they expect it to be out. I highly doubt it will be out at that time, but that's their expectation. And that's how you can do it. I will tell you this, and I've learned this one basically from Jetta Patrol. If you do the layaway payment, you will be one of the last ones to get the figure. If you do the full payment whenever it's available, yours will always ship first. A good explanation, I think Quick Draw did that on a Boba Fett. I had the Boba Fett, I think like 6-7 weeks before he did, because that's how they do it. Just throwing it out there. If you wanted it quick, you know, save yourself, then do this layaway progress with them. But you can do that. That's how you get it. Very, very cool. If you wanted the speeder bike, again, it's not it's an expensive. It's $285. And, you know, you're not getting the figure. You do get Grogu with it, and you get the little bag, which is kind of cool, you know. But there is the swoop bike if you're interested in that. There comes the accessories that you get with it. Yeah, very, very cool. It's sort of a must-have. for those people that love, and there's the giveaways. We will get to that. So yes, very cool stuff. Very cool stuff. If you guys love your Hot Toys, I do. It works for me. All right, so I'm going to let you guys choose something you guys want to see open, because we're going to open something up. But first, the Bundy bundle from $7 a pop last week. It was a $350 bundle, or you can buy them separately. I think Peg is still available. I think Peg was like $115, Al was like $115, and Christina Applegate's Kelly was like $135. Or you could buy the whole bundle for $350. We did not get a special Peg, but here is Peg. They did have some chases available. Katie Seagal, and she does do it in Peg, and of course this one JSA, which was very cool. I like that one a lot. We get Christina Applegate. 190 pieces. There were no specials on her. She sold out pretty quick too. She is Beckett. Now I think that because they probably jump in with other companies to do big signings. But there's Christina Applegate, very cool, as Kelly. And then last but not least, we did get lucky with Al, because we got one of the 12 pieces in the football uniform. Again, only 12 of them were done. Pokai, Ed O'Neill, and he signs it Al, which is very rare. He's been doing it a little bit lately, but doesn't do it often. And very cool. Great Bundy bundle. Again, that one was JSA as well. And we got one of the 12 pieces, which it's very, very cool. I like that a lot. Awesome. And they also did a Harry Potter signature series this past week. I think all 3 are available. I didn't do the 2, but I did do Bonnie Wright, just because, you know, she was a real more integral character, and I thought it was really cool. So yeah, I was very happy to get that one. The Bundy bundle. I would have been happy with Al by himself too, but to get one of the 12, very, very cool. And $115 for Ed O'Neill autographs on a Funko Pop is really, really good. I mean, that was a pretty good deal. Christina Applegate, $135. Peg was good too. I mean, $115. That's not a bad deal. Not a bad deal at all. I bought Bonnie Wright. I couldn't resist. It's Harry Potter, and she's a real integral character. So more Stitch minis. Shout out to Stitch. All right. Let's see. We have 12 minutes. Also, speaking of Zobi has a lot of cool stuff. I highly recommend you guys check out the Zobi V-Shouts. You've seen me show some of them off. Here is one of my new ones. It's from an AEW wrestler, Mr. Sammy Guevara. And if you look closely at his badge, it was from Ed's convention that he was there that did this. This is from Zobi Collectibles. This is a V-Shout. This is what it would look like if you get one. This is from Sammy Guevara. Excuse the language.
Hey, what up, Luau? That is a very unique ass name, and I want to say that's cool as fuck, and you're cool as fuck, because you're getting me in your mailbox today. What? This is to a 6-year-old? Oh, shit. Fuck it. Doesn't matter. Have a happy birthday. Thank you.
It's awesome. You know, I enjoy those. I've gotten Dean Ambrose. You've seen him, John Moxley. Now Sammy Guevara, which, you know, is very, very cool. Very cool. Awaiting more American Pie ones. Some more to come with that. Also, we'll do a quick little video. I thank you all to everyone that supports the channel via Patreon, channel membership. Channel membership, we do, you know, lives, etc., and we do giveaways. But anyone that supports on the Patreon on a monthly basis, you get something every single month. Not like, you know, some people don't do that. You know, some people give things back quarterly. I think you should give something back a little bit every single month to people that are going to support you. It means a lot to me. I thank you all that are Patreons. From mystery boxes to single pops to the stickers to you know, even popping candies, which are available at Patreon. I thank you, and here's a video to all you channel members and Patreons for your support. Thank you. And again, thank you to all you channel members, Patreons, and all that good stuff. It means a lot to me. Also want to give a big shout out to one of my favorite channels. I love them, The Salty Truth. They just had an $80 Spastic Collectibles mystery box. Brian and Brittany, cheap and nerdy. Go check them out. Awesome. So definitely check them out, guys. Yeah. All right. So let's do some giveaways, right? We got to do weekly giveaways. Let's pop into it. Again, remember, don't forget, go check out Two Boys and Their Pops. He's going to join me at 10 o'clock. So go follow them, moderators, if you want to link the channel up as well. Also, I'm going to do a giveaway. Now, I haven't done a lot of support giveaways in a while. Yes, I know I haven't done it. But I'm going to give you guys a channel. Anyone in the chat, pass it on. If we get this channel to 100 subscribers by next Sunday, the 4th of July, I'm going to give away a $50 mystery box and a poppin' candy to 2 people. We're going to do it off of his last video. Are you ready to see what channel I'm talking about? Let's do it. It is Collectible Cord. So, guys, go to his last video, which is right here. Funko Kings, $700, 1K follower mystery box. There's 45 views on it. Go there, say, let's see. Just go Hi from the Luau. Hi from the Luau on that video, Funko Kings, $700. If we get him, he's at 68 subscribers right now. If we get him to 100 subscribers, by 4th of July, I'll give away a $50 mystery box. So, Collectible Cord, 100 subs, 50 mystery box, and a poppin' candy next week. If we get him there, he's at 68 right now, and we'll do it off of this video right there. Just put Hi from the Luau or some form of like that. Collectible Cord, go give him a support, guys. List his channel. I appreciate it. Awesome job, Cord. Keep up the good work. All right. And while we're there, let's go here. Here we go. YouTube comment picker. Boom. All right. We are at head-to-head. A pop culture mystery box, a soda mystery box, the wheel, a $30 PayPal credit, or an early 4th of July fireworks box. Ooh, what could that be? So are we ready? Let's see. Let's get some comments. 63 comments we're at right now. All right. Let's do it. And first winner is going to be Jason Cloping. So Jason, congratulations. And as we like to say in old pop drunk style, let me know what prize you would like, and you can reach me on Instagram at _Luau_23. Big shouts out to Ed and Heather as well. All right, let's pick another winner. Winner number 2 is going to be Sarah Aldridge. Sarah, congratulations, Sarah. And if you guys are in the chat and you want me to spin the wheel, let me know. I could spin the wheel live, or message me on Instagram and let me know what prizes you would like. All right, and we'll remove that, and we'll go there. And always remember, Collectible Cord, guys, 100 subscribers, so only 32 needed, and we can do that. So go support him. Awesome dude. All right. And yes, I will address this because I have so many messages that have asked me this question about Funko Kings. I have nothing I can say. I have not done trades with him. I don't know. I feel for the people that have done trades and they have gone bad. I feel for both ways. You know, I think it is what it is. That's all I can really say. I don't have any bad experiences to talk about. I don't. If I did, I would pass them on to you. I don't. I feel for Wide World of Gamers in the situation he did. I feel for Jay and Unboxing Treasures, the trade that they had. Also Templar Pops as well. I just can't speak on it. I don't know. If I don't know firsthand, I'm not going to do much comments on it. That's just how I am. So that's all I'm going to say as far as Funko Kings go. All right. So let's go there. Again, awesome with the hot toys, guys. I loved it. Thank you to all the patrons and everything like that. So we have time before we are joined by Two Boys and Their Pops. I'll leave it up to you guys. Do you want to see the Disney limited edition series Loungefly box series 2 Pixar? And yeah, they're not any better. This thing should have actually been out in December. Not great. Or do you guys want to see the latest from Pro Wrestling Crate? I'll let you guys pick top voters. I'll let you guys have like 30 seconds. Top votes, win, whatever you guys want to see. What do we got? Who wants to see what? Pixar or wrestling? What do we have? What do we have? What do we have? We got a Pixar. We got a wrestling. We got a Pixar. We got a wrestling. We got a Pixar. We got a wrestling. Wrestling. Pixar. It's pretty much tied right now. Pixar. Wrestling, wrestling. Oh, you guys like the wrestling. Okay. Let's see what else we got. And yes, hello to Pop Couple. Hello to DC Pops. Pops with purpose. All right, so we're about tied. Both. I don't think I can pull both off. Always Pixar. I'll tell you what, we'll do Pixar. Nikki, all right, we'll do Pixar. We'll do wrestling next week. So here's Pixar. This was a special 4-box series from Loungefly. You subscribe to it. You only had to do 4 boxes, and it should have been like every other month. And it should have, we're in July. The whole series was supposed to be done, and then they sent a jacket, and it should have been done by like April. And this is only box 2. So again, Loungefly not really on their great step. And let's see how they do. So first thing we have is Lootwear, Monsters Incorporated socks. Okie dokie. Moving on. We have a Wally. Wow. That's it. I mean, not a blank shirt with a little Wally. Okie dokie. Well, I can see this is going good, guys. This is going good. I give it. I like the pins. Very cool pins. Pixar, again, inspired. I like the pins. We'll keep the pins. We have a Coco. I don't know what this is. Logos. It's almost like glass. Glass logos from maybe like glass coasters from Coco. Okay. Let's see. We have one more item to go. Who's your friend who likes to play? This is from Inside Out, and it's just a 10. Wow. And here it is. There you guys can see the stuff in there. Exclusive Monsters Inc. socks. They sucked. Wally and Eve tie-dye long sleeve shirt. One little logo. It sucked. There's a Coco acrylic coaster set. Not even glass, acrylic. That's okay. Inside Out Bing Bong candy tin and Art Series pins. Needless to say, I'm not very impressed. But anyway, I don't know what you guys think of it. Yeah, that was bad, especially when you're waiting this long. There's 4 boxes, so we did one, if you remember, that had like a fanny pack. That wasn't bad. This was pretty bad. There's still 2 more boxes, and then there's a jacket built in. Can't wait for the next. You could tell that box was rushed. They rushed to get that stuff. No doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind. All right, so before we get Two Boys and Their Pops, remember, guys, go check out Eric, Two Boys and Their Pops. Follow him if you haven't. Subscribe to him if you have not done that already. Also, if you, to sum it up, the first half hour, congratulations to the winners. If you won and you want to see it spin, let me know. I could spin it, or hit me on Instagram. If you're a Fast and Furious fan, I recommend go checking out Fast and the Furious 9. If you've not watched up to this point, I would recommend don't see it. If you're looking for one of the best Fast and the Furious movies to date, it's going to disappoint you. That's not what it is. Although John Cena was cool, I liked it. I thought it was cool. Seeing Jordana Brewster back was cool. I liked a lot about it, but again, for me, it was probably like number 7, honestly. You know, I probably put Too Fast, Too Furious and Tokyo Drift, a little worse than that one. That's just my opinion. Hopefully you guys check it out, and we'll do another movie review in 2 weeks for Black Widow. I already have tickets for it, so looking forward to that one. All right, so are you guys ready for our special guest? A man with a golden heart. If you're in the Funko community, you're going to know who he is. A horror collector at heart, among other things. He's played trivia. He has done his weekly show with Sassy Cajun, with guests and everything like that. One of the nicest guys. I played fantasy football with him last year. I don't think either one of us did too well. This is a new season, though. I'm hoping for better things this year. I gave you guys Eric, 2 boys, and their pops.
Hey, Luau, how are you, Andrew?
What's going on?
So I'm just getting off the finishing up the editing for Fast and the Furious, Funko Fast and the Furious 9.5, as you've seen earlier and today in the video.
Yes.
Yeah, it was really good. So, I'm hoping it's a lot better than Fast and the Furious, the latest installment. I was going to go see it today with my son, but
if you followed him up to this point, you're not going to be disappointed. I will say that.
Well, I have, but he hasn't been into it. Like, he's not into he's excited for Black Widow. He wants to go see that 100%. But the Fast and the Furious, I can't sell him on the cars for some reason. But I mean,
you've seen them all. I think when they did 5, they started to go to that, like, the caper kind of heist movie, which I thought was really cool. And then, 6 and 7 were decent, tells a story. This one, I mean, the cars are there, but it's not as. This one was probably the least as far as the car. There were some cool cars. I don't want to get too much away, but
they always seem to try to up themselves. Like, I always have to try to each movie try to up it from the last one, but it still carries on the family role. Yeah. It's like the family. So that's always a good thing.
And Jordana Brewster is back, and everyone was like, "How are you going to bring her back without talking about Brian?" And I thought they did it well. Not necessarily believable, because I can't picture him letting her go and not him go. But I get it. And there's one part at the end where you're like, okay, are they going to like CGI? Or are they going to show one of his brothers or something? And they don't, but they show a car, and it's his car, and you get it.
I've always been a big Michelle Rodriguez fan too, so
he's awesome in the movie. Probably one of the best movies that she's done as far as Fast goes. She was really good in it.
Yeah, but looking forward to some fantasy football this year. Grumpy Skunk did pretty well. Tom Brady kind of did me in one of the weeks. He didn't play very well. For the most part, I had him pretty good, and then the one week that I benched him, he played extremely well. So, it's like, but definitely, so did you have a good Father's Day?
It was okay. It was all right. The kids, I think their mom got a card, and, they were like, "What do you want to eat?" And it's like, I'm good, guys. I don't need to eat anything, because me getting something to eat just means I've got to then go get it and bring it back.
Yeah, you're like, here, let me give you the money out of my wallet. You go get it.
Yeah.
I know it's like when it gets to this certain age, you're kind of like, all right, like, I mean, I still appreciate my son saying, "Hey, I love you, Dad." Long as I still get to hear that every night. So yep. I'll take that all day long. But it's just one of those things where, like, Mom usually goes and gets them something, and then they bring it back. But I did get some cool camping stuff this year. So like we're gonna go camping in a couple of days, take a little camping trip. So that's gonna be a little bit of fun, and just kind of summertime. I work at the school during the regular year, so summertime is kind of my rewind, relax type. I put money away. And I'm like, hey, I want to go spend some time with the boys and just kind of hang out. So
I have a neighbor that's like that. He works. He's a gym teacher, and then he just gets these projects on the summers when he just sort of unwinds.
Yeah, we have. I'm moving my son, my oldest, into his own room. My mom has lived with us here for a long time, but she had stage 4 lung cancer.
Oh.
And so she's been battling that, but she's doing really, really well. And just actually found out some good news today. She recently they found a lump on her breast, and but it ended up being not cancerous. So so that is good. And she's doing well. She just doesn't talk because of the stroke. So that's always the hardest part. But she's a battler. But like I said, her room has been kind of like a storage room. So one of the projects we have is to get, he's at that age now, he's going to be in high school. He's got to have his own room, you know. So but it's, you know, it's like I said, as you know, seeing you with the mini luau, how it is these days with these kids, you know. So
Oh yeah.
which I'm telling you, you're not doing very well on these box battles.
Well,
So
I've
you know,
told people and people may be disappointed come Wednesday. I've done so bad, and it is so depressing to me that I've brought the daughter involved in it, just so I could get a little bit, more confidence.
well, what you got to do is instill a new rule where you have the option of switching the box at the last minute. So like he always picks the boxes, but maybe at that once he picks, you decide, you know what, I'm going to switch it. I don't know.
And I picked. I mean, when we did that big one, it's like I had it in my hands. I could.
Well, he just seems to get the best of you. Which, hey, like I said, when this is on video, you look back at it down the road. These are the memories. Are pretty cool.
We were talking about some boxes we wanted to do, and I told him, I said, Book Bar Collectibles is doing one, and there's like a $700 or $900 Darth Vader. I said, we should buy those boxes, and you pick the box you want.
Yeah, I mean, I'll do the mystery battles. Like I still have Gem Pops boxes to do with my boys. I'm probably going to take them camping and do like a whoever loses do some kind of challenge. It's been hard lately to get them to open boxes. Like my youngest one, he's at his friend's house. My oldest one, he's got that summer lazy mode. So it's like, I want to do a video, but like it's two boys and their pops. So sometimes just me just isn't what I want. And but sometimes when I want to do a video, it's like I said, the timing's not right. So it's almost like I got to start filming at like 1 o'clock in the morning or something when I know they're still up. So
oh yeah, it's how it works. I mean, with him, it's the same thing. With her, now that she's doing a couple here and there, and you'll see the first one on Wednesday. She's all into it. I mean, do you have boxes? Let's go. With him, I gotta like keep 2 or 3, and I gotta say, all right, let's do it, and we'll do. I gotta do like 3 or 4 at once with him.
So B-side, so we have a place called Fallen Leaf Lake here in Tahoe. It's absolutely, I mean, it's a great place. It gets packed all the time. But there are some really good sites. If you get them ahead of time, like in November, you can start reserving. But what I do is I usually pick like 2 days, and we do it local because if I need to run back to the house to get anything, or I take like some clothes, or I just have to, there's just stuff that I need to do. I need to run to the house real quick, but I'm still away and it feels like I'm camping because of the scenic area. So we're almost going to go to Yosemite. We're looking at that and just looking at different options, like to go to, now that they're older, they want to go out. But the thing is this place that we camp, every single year that we've gone there, they've taken the same picture since 2012. There's like a log with a really nice background, and so they take the same picture, whether it's back to back or every year. So I have it hanging on my wall from 2012 to now. So it's just one of those things I'll be able to look back and be like, hey, I remember when we went camping with Dad. That boom. So for me, my mom raised me, so my dad wasn't very much of my picture. So I always wanted to make sure that I could be that dad that was there, the dad that's going to be around. I mean, I've enjoyed it. And then even their mom is in town, and we work together, and we always try to do things, whether it's Christmas or whatever. So we have a good relationship. But
good.
Yeah, but the majority of the time, it's me and the boys, and we kind of go from there. So, and they've taken on the horror. They like the Marvel, so it's been handed down. Like when my dad, it did start with my dad with Universal monsters like Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. And so like, that's one of the things that I would like to eventually get is the Wolfman. I have a couple of, items that I'd like to get, Dracula and stuff like that. But, when it comes to collecting pops, I mean, there's just so much out there and so many things growing up that we enjoy. But now with these hot toys, it's almost like let's it's like chips, let's cash in the Funko Pops and let's go get the hot toys and see who can, can we get some hot toy mystery boxes, you know what I mean? And just like have some fun with that, because I mean, there's some cool ones, especially with the Mando.
Oh man.
So
I know. I think a lot of people were upset because they came out with, this will be the third Mando, and they're upset that I just bought a $300 some Mando and now this, and it's like, you got to remember, it's not going to come out for another. I mean, in real, they say October, December of 2022. More than likely, it's going to be January, February 2023. So it's a long way.
Yeah.
And it was, it's season 2. So even though they may have known it, you couldn't show the black saber. I don't think you couldn't have shown the portrait.
Well, and there's so many. It's what's awesome about Star Wars is how it's regenerating something that's always been exciting to our base. So now our younger version of kids are saying like, "Oh, this character's cool," and it's like, so it's just like even like with Spider-Man or the Marvel, reading the comic books and growing up with this stuff, and now we get to see it on the screen, and your kids are excited about it. And I mean, the very first time I went to go see the Avengers. Logan was little back when it came out, but the problem is he ended up getting sick. So when I brought him back from that night, he ended up throwing up on me, and I was like, "Oh, that's great! I take you to the movies, to the Avengers, and this is how you repay me." So when you look at these movies and how these characters have played a role in our lives, now we're handing it down, and it's fun. It's a lot of fun. So
it is. I took him, and he knew a lot of the Fast and Furious, and he enjoyed the movie. He had some questions, but he enjoyed it. And then, but his first one was like, "Oh, Dad, Black Widow." I said, "Yeah, I know, Black Widow."
Yeah, he's more excited. Like today, he's all, "Can we go see Black Widow? Can we go?" And I said, "Yeah, but can we go see Fast and Furious?" And it's like, and it's like. I was like hoping like, okay, that father son just hanging out, and it's like maybe he'd want to watch the other ones, but I mean, hey, I'm just glad with them, and that's what's been great coming into this community. The people that we meet, that you come across, and you find out the same things that you like. Like I know B-Site, and he's a big aliens, likes aliens, and and you get to learn. Like Tats has been amazing in this community, and just in general, like how people do. Like these AOKs, and like recently when I got my AOK for my Jason Voorhees, unexpectedly on our show, and it's just it says a lot, because a lot of us are in different places, but yet we're all under the same roof.
Yeah,
it's
true. It's true.
So that's what I love about it.
Quite the horror fan. I mean, looking at the back, I always love seeing this stuff.
Well, it is funny because, like I said, when I was younger, I remember, I think my mom, my aunt, they took me to see Night of the Living Dead, and I remember my aunt watching me one time, and she was watching Tales from the Crypt or something like that, and I was like in the room crying because I was in the dark by myself, and I'm like, all the years, like zombies were something I was afraid of, but then over the years, it's like something I've accepted and been like, hey, I do like this and this, and I'm not a big gore fan. Like, I mean, there's certain types of horror that I'm just like, I can leave it, but there is some good stuff. I like a good scare. I like to be able to watch something and not know what's going to happen. But there is still some good, I'm still hoping. I just watched on YouTube, it was a concept trailer for Freddy, Nightmare on Elm Street, and it actually looked really good. And it's funny how sometimes these people do these concept trailers, and it's like, well, why can't we do this? Like, why can't this happen? So I just, it's like the people who are doing the concept trailers, they need to get hired on by these companies. So
it'd be interesting.
But I mean, you grow up. Yeah, I mean, he's got Robert Englund. I was able to get Robert Englund signed Funko Pop. So I was able to get that one. Which was big. I figured he's not going to be around very much longer. He's getting old. Yep. I wanted to make sure I had that. So I have Jason signed by Kane Hodder. I got Michael Myers signed by Nick Castle. So, eventually I would like to get, like maybe Chucky signed and Ghostface. And I missed out on the Ghostface because I knew the Scream guys were involved, but I thought that you could get that at a certain time later. So I kind of missed out on that, but it is something that definitely will be on my wish list. So
yeah, I wish I would have had the Ghostface pop when I was able to pre-order that, but it was like I have one now, but I don't have one then, and it's like, well, but then they were able to do inscriptions on all of them, so I can't wait till it comes. I only got a poster because I figure,
Well, I mean, when the movie comes out, and when they're bringing the new movie out, it's going to be kind of like a new introduction to the series. So they want to kind of have like more chapters to the Scream.
Yep.
And I think they're going to kind of like take some of the old OGs and kind of, show them the door and then bring in a new cast and kind of hopefully bring in revival of the franchise. We'll see. And horror's been, able to stand on its legs for a long time.
Oh yeah.
But it's just what some people are into. And like I said, there's a lot of horror out there that I'm just like, that's not for me. But, the good scares, like Halloween's coming out and they just released a trailer, which is kind of surprising because it kind of showed a lot. And, I don't know, how do you feel? You go usually with these trailers, you get like 1, 2, 3, but it seems like each trailer they're showing more and more. It's almost seems like trailers should just be like, a snippet here, a snippet there, and want people to want to go to the movies instead of giving them like
they give them a lot. They give them a lot. I don't know. It's hard. I mean, I think they think people are gonna. I mean, I thought when Halloween and they brought Jamie Lee Curtis back, and then I'm sitting there, I got to read. I was like, all right, so Jamie Lee Curtis is back. How are they doing this? And then they're like, all right, so this is going to be Halloween 1, but Halloween 2 never happened. So the whole hospital thing is gone. This takes over from Halloween 1 to this. Okay. But I liked it. I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. I didn't go to the theater to see it. I'm excited to see the second one, the third one, I guess you could say, where they go.
Well, and in this one too, it doesn't really seem like they're going to go the route of the hospital very much. It looks like it's going to be, there's going to be a lot of different twists with it. But, they did seem like in the trailer just showing, I just felt like, really, you're showing this? Like, especially like some people are like, well, how's Michael going to get out of the house and like all this stuff. But then like in a trailer, you kind of reveal it. And it's like, okay, I don't know if that's the route to go or not with the movie, but people, people that love the franchise it's October, it's Halloween. So I'm actually
back to the movie. I mean, we went for, I guess, opening night to see Fast and the Furious, which on any occasion it would be jam packed. It wasn't. So I don't think they're there. I think hopefully by October that it's somewhat back to what it normally would be. But you can stream this stuff. So I think people are looking at it like, I don't have to go to a movie and pay whatever. I can pay $30, watch it at home, and not seeing on the big screen is not a big thing for them.
Well, we went and saw Kong versus Godzilla in IMAX, and it was one of those things. And then we came home and were able to watch it on HBO too. And it's like, so it was kind of nice to be able to not to see it a second time and be like, okay, I didn't have to pay for the popcorn and all that stuff, But some of these movies now with the Fast and the Furious, weren't they supposed to show Jurassic Park or like some kind of snippet, or was that just in the IMAX that they were doing that? Because they were going to do like a 5 minute. Okay, so it must be IMAX.
And my guess is I think a lot of stuff has gotten with COVID. I think a lot of stuff's all backed up. So I don't know if the new, I don't know. I didn't care for the last Jurassic Park. I don't know. It just was like, oh God, this is.
Well, when with these franchises, like I said, they water them down a little bit, but they know that people are going to go because it's just something to do. It's a name. It's just like when you get a movie and you're remaking it. It's like, okay, is it going to be as good as the first one? Or what are your expectations? Are you reimagining? Are you remaking? Or are you just rebooting? Like, what is it? Something with the RE just doesn't seem to work sometimes. And that's the problem with music, the movies industry.
Yeah.
Definitely. from interviews, this memorial will not be the Pope. Her daughter will be. Maybe. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, I think it could. I know they're going to have another one, Halloween Ends, that's going to go
Yep.
right after it. So who knows how it's going to end up, but I'm just hoping.
And it was one of those movies I think they already had in the bag, and I think it was supposed to come out last October, and it didn't. So I think they've had it, like Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
I mean, Fast and Furious, I think they filmed 2 years ago. It should have been out last June. So.
And you said they're going to do one more. They're going to do 10.
He has said that now he doesn't say anything about spin-offs and everything like that. So we could see Shaw and Hobbs too. Like in this movie, you see almost everyone back. Even after that, you got to stay to the end credits because there's a scene at the end credits. So they get everyone back. They explain what happened to Han. The only person that you don't see is The Rock because they don't like each other. There's an issue there. But he has said at number 10, that's it. They're done. Fast 10 we'll wrap it all up, and then he's done with it.
Well, as long as they can keep making it fresh each time, I think people will go and see it. The fans enjoy it. They want to get the cars. They want to, you kind of identify with the characters. So, I mean,
and this is the one when you look back and I think about it, there are a few cars, but it's not big car driven like years prior.
Yeah. And I saw they were building the old house, like where he used to live or something. So, it's just one of those things where, it does, to me, you look at family, like, it's Fast and the Furious, but it's also family, what they go through and stuff. So, so what do you think about, the stuff that's coming up with the summer stuff, the Target stuff, the Papalooza, like the stuff that they're dropping, wanting us to open up our wallets even more.
It's like I've seen some stuff. I know people are real excited about the Alice in Wonderland Blacklight. I think some of it's cool. I like some of the sodas. I don't necessarily see the version of a chase. Why there's a chase? Because I don't know about that. But
well, the thing is,
some stuff it's like, okay.
I heard they're going to drop them all at once. So it's like you got to decide, what do I want to get? Because
you're going to have to move quick. Now, I did try something for the first time ever. I think I did it last week. There's Funko Europe. So Funko Europe and Funko Us is like totally different. I mean, you could go on there and get like the Art Series Skeletor, which is like $55. They had that. They had the Stitches. They had like old ECC sodas. Like they're all there. And it's
yep, I saw that. I actually, that you mentioned that, I have a friend in Europe, so I was actually able to get the Iron Patriot that they just recently dropped. I got 2 of those, and what made me mad though was the Ghost Rider dropped at like 1:00 in the morning. I went to bed at 11, and then when I got up in the morning, I saw my notifications, and I'm like, "Are you serious?" Like, So that was one of the things I was really, really kind of hoping to snag at the last minute. But yeah, I did notice, with the ECC, because they got the Black Widow soda, the Cocoa. So you're like, and it's not that bad in the price differences. And
I mean, it's more, but I tried it once. I got a PO box in the UK, and I'm going to see how much it total costs to do it. I'm just playing with it and see.
Well, I've had a few things shipped for me. Like I got the Darth Vader Funko Shop that they recently had not too long ago, and I don't think I paid that much. So overall, I mean, it's just something that I look forward to too. So I'll hop on there and be like, okay, what do they have? Because they do seem a little bit behind, with the schedule. And so you might be able to pick something up if you don't get it on the United States. You might say, hey, well, let's see what the Europe.
Ghost Rider might be one they drop, but then I was surprised at how quick that went.
Yeah,
even over there, it went quick.
Well, even the pop culture, like they don't ship to the United States, and I was like I was putting it in my cart, and I'm like, okay, why isn't it letting? Like, I know my credit card's good. Like, what's going on? What's going on? And then I had to look, and it's like doesn't ship to the United States. I'm like, oh my god, like
no U.S.
Yeah, so it's frustrating with that, but because there's some pops like in Australia they can't get the Freddies. They want Freddies. They like Freddies. And that was the other one I was going to try to get too, was the Freddie Funko Europe. And I saw it, and then I didn't think about it. And then when I did decide to go back, it was gone. So, I mean, it's just, you really got to be on your game. Like, I know Tats is really good with notifying and saying, hey, this is up, this is going on. And, so I try to look for that. But when I'm at school, sometimes I just don't get it, so.
Yeah, when I'm at work, if I have a meeting or something like that, I'm not thinking, oh, it's 12 o'clock or it's 12:30 or it's whatever. Sometimes they drop at 1:30 and 2, and
yeah,
you miss them. And then who was the one? I guess Friday, people really thought the Alice in Wonderland were going to drop, and then they dropped a foodie.
Yeah, Lucky Charms. I mean, like a cereal box, and I was like, really? Okay. I don't know. It's just you really have to kind of play that guessing game where you're constantly looking at your updates and looking at like 9 o'clock, maybe, has anything dropped? And they really got you on that. But sometimes, like, I'll look at Twitter,
Yep.
I'll try to, see what comes up. But even when you're on the game, like, sometimes it's just not enough time.
No, and they go quick. Some of them are, if you're not right there at that split second, they're gone.
Yeah. So what's up, LBD? But definitely, when you look at the way Funko has been between like over this last year, I mean, it just seems like it's like they got this notion like, okay, let's drop. People are going to spend. And it's like, come on, guys, you've got to give us a little bit of break once in a while. But, it's like you got to make choices. But like there's so many things that are coming out. And now I've kind of gotten into the sodas. I pulled a few chases. Like I got the Quisp off of the Funko shop, and it was one can and a chase. And I was like, oh, this is cool. Yep. So it's that little bit of a rush. But like, there's just so much out there, and
there is. You almost got to pick and choose, and sometimes it's like I'll pick certain things, and then I go back to try to complete other sets. And it like Goonies were big for me, and WandaVision. I wanted to complete WandaVision, and then it's like, okay, I got the Goonies, I'm good. And now I'm starting to search for the autographs because it's like, all right, well, I saw Mikey's doing it. Data was just at Zobi Collectibles, so I was able to get him. And now it's like Brand, and oh man, that was I guess because he's done Deadpool and he's done Thanos, he's like real expensive now.
So what is your thoughts on, a lot of people are like, look, I like autographs, but I'd rather see them in person signing it, like if we were at a con. And I'm like, to me, like for example, Robert Englund, like how many times am I going to get Adam at a con to sign something when I have an opportunity for somebody to be that third person to provide it to me? And, that's what I look at, is like when I have these icons, these people that you might not get it, you just might not get it. And so
or you're gonna sit in a long line. You're gonna maybe not necessarily have that perspective of him because he's sitting there and he just needs to go through it. Dark Parlor, who did Robert Englund, said he loved Robert Englund, said he was phenomenal. But would you get that at a con where hundreds of people are in line to meet him? I don't know.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping he gets Brad Dourif. I know he talked about that as a possibility. But even like here in Tahoe, we have Celebrity Golf. And so right after 4th of July, Celebrity Golf comes in town. So like this place is going to be nuts. But what they did a little bit different this year is because of COVID, even though we dropped the restrictions in California, they're saying that the celebrities aren't going to be able to sign. So they're giving them celebrities out because you're going to have like people like Aaron Rodgers going to be like, no, can't do it. You might have some first timers that come in there and be like, oh, I'll sign.
Yeah, you have some.
But it's like now I have to change my game. So what I do is I go to the hotel on Sunday when they're done with the tournament because they're fair game. So anybody coming in and out, you just be like, hey, like I had Charles Barkley there one time and the coach for the Bears. And so it's like you have a tendency to like Patrick Mahomes is going to be there this year. So you want to kind of like look at options. The guy from the Office, he always comes and golfs. So you look at who's going to be here, who's new, and and so that's one of the things that I've always enjoyed as well with sports. so summer's, exciting. We got anything from Funko to camping to autographs to, fantasy football. So, I mean, it's busy
Good time.
summer.
It's a good
So,
time. Yeah, I would gather Aaron Rodgers. I mean, people are really gonna go for him. I mean, I think they always do. And
well,
he's a tough autograph. He doesn't do signings. He just doesn't do it. And I think he signs if you come up to him, but I think it's real hard to get near him. And then he does one event at Green Bay a year where I think it's $100. It goes to the boys club, and you can it's like a Monday after it's almost like in December. I've tried to get a buddy to drive up there to do it, but
a few years back, I had my Cal jacket on. I went in the elevator, and he was in the elevator, and we had a good conversation. And I didn't have anything to sign, so it was like, it sucked. But I did eventually get him to sign something on the golf course. Now, when he won the Super Bowl, he was coming out of the elevator going to Starbucks, and I was walking right beside him. Wouldn't give me the time of day. Like, it was like, like, I'm Super Bowl champ. Like, 2 years ago, Jacob, he had a Cal hat, and he had the pin and everything ready, and he bypassed him, and Jake kept running hole to hole trying to catch him. And I'm like, like you're seeing this little kid running after to get your autograph, and you won't sign for him. But then I have somebody like Josh Allen who's like, I'm only signing for kids, bring that kid over here. And so, that's something we've done religiously, father-son bonding. So we look forward to it every year. I try to make it fun for the boys. I'm like, whoever gets the most golf balls, most signatures, they get a little bit extra money, kickback, some shakes and stuff like that, whatever. So we do that.
Yeah, some of them are unfortunately like that. He's I know I don't have an Aaron Rodgers autograph yet. It's one I always want to get, but I've heard that's just the way he is.
Yeah,
especially this season. I could just imagine he doesn't want to be bothered by anybody this season.
Well, I mean, especially with all the stuff that's going on with where he's going to go or what he's going to do. But he's been kind of one of those guys. He's really kind of turned into not Mr. Fun at the tournament. Him and recently too, Justin Timberlake. When Justin Timberlake was there for the first time, it was really kind of cool. Him and Steph Curry were kind of palling around. But now it's kind of like he'll say, "I'm not signing until the very end." And then he ends up signing one. So all these people were waiting for him, and he ends up signing one half, either the left side or the right side. You got to guess. And it's like, after that he's done. And it's just like, so some of these, I don't know. It's like, we come to see you, we buy your stuff, we go to your games or concerts, whatever. Like, get back to the fans, especially you got some little kids there trying to get you the autograph. I mean, hey, I know you're here to golf, but we're also here too,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I think Patrick Mahomes, from what I've heard, is a great one. So I think he's really good.
Well, that's what I'm anxious to see, because last year was COVID, so they didn't have. He was here, but they didn't have anything, so we couldn't access. And I think what they did was they were in private areas, so they weren't really at the hotels because of the COVID. So I'll have to wait and see. But I mean, there are some really, really good ones. Can you change your tent up? 3 boys and their pops. Absolutely, Mr. Christopher's. Well, I'll even work on. I might even give up my room for you, Mr. Christopher. I can sleep on the couch. But I mean, that's kind of where in Tahoe, that's what I enjoy. Like summertime, we do get a lot of people. I mean, especially this year for 4th of July, they just announced they're going to do fireworks. So that means the internet's going to be out. We have one road in town, so it's like going to be like bumper to bumper. It's almost like you want to get out of town, but so it's a little crazy. But at the same time, it's summertime. But I mean, with everything that's going on with this Funko stuff, like I'm excited. I'm still trying to get the Scarlet Witch Funko soda. Which I saw on Walmart. There was like a third-party person that was selling it on Walmart, so I was kind of debating. debating on how to
It
go to that
went really
route.
quick. I mean, WandaVision just took off, and when it did, I mean, a lot of stuff went out with that one.
Well, and then Loki, they just in one of the recent trailers, they gave away too much, and they ended up pulling some of the images. But I mean, it's Loki's going to be 6 shows. I mean, you've got 3 more shows left, so I don't think it's that big of a spoiler with who's coming there or how they're setting things up. But Marvel is always putting dominoes, building blocks
Oh,
to their
absolutely.
next. So it's going to be interesting and. But yeah, I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to the Black Widow movie.
Oh, yeah.
I'm anticipating that. I've heard bits and pieces, and and I saw the Shang-Chi trailer with the Abomination was in that, and it was kind of
Yep.
interesting. So
Looks good. Let's see what else they did show. Snake Eyes, so the origin of Snake Eyes for G.I. Joe, that looked good. My daughter really wants to go see the Jungle Cruise.
yeah, that's another. And this is a good thing to get back into the movies,
Oh yeah, and then you have so much in their wheel that's coming out. I mean, Minions is big. I didn't see when Minions is going to come out. I don't know if that's summer yet or not. And then she saw, oh my God, Dad, Hotel Transylvania, another one. I go, oh boy.
It's like, well, I don't know that. Yeah, the first one seemed okay, but then it was like, I mean, I can only take so much of the Adam Sandler, same jokes over and over. But it's like he's another one though. They've rumored about coming here for Celebrity Golf, and I'm like, it'd be awesome. Him and Bill Murray, and I'm like, that'd be sweet. But so we'll see if that eventually happens. But I know with Marvel, I mean, next year it's going to be like Marvel crazy. There's going to be so many movies coming out. Thor, Doctor Strange. I mean, so there's the Eternals in November. So, between the end of the year and then, so what do you think about Suicide Squad? Any thoughts on that?
I really wish Will Smith would have come back. I always like to see I always have an issue when the characters are not there, and they're not going to explain it, I'm sure. I'm excited for it. I didn't hate the first one. I kind of liked it. I just love Will Smith's character. We'll see how the new ones do, and I think John Cena's in it in a part, and I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be good.
Yeah, the third trailer kind of revived my interest a little bit, and that's another one the boys want to go see. And since James Gunn's doing it, it should be still pretty good, solid.
I think it'll be good. It's a shame there's no Joker. I would have liked to see the Joker in it, whether it was Jared Leto or somebody. I didn't hate Jared Leto's character. I think he could have done more with him, but
yeah,
we'll see. I'm curious to see the new Batman. I forget when. I think that's next year, but I'm on edge to see what that one. Can I believe Robert Pattinson is Batman? I got to see it.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Okay, like Heath Ledger, like everybody's like, oh, him as Joker. But he really got into that role. I mean, he locked himself up into a room for months.
He lived and breathed that role almost to an unhealthy level because that's the kind of actor he was. Terrible loss for him, unfortunately. Yeah. But he lived that character, and it showed in his work. I mean, he was. I mean, it's always when you think of Joker, it's always for me going to be Jack. But Jack and Ledger, they're just different. They're on different planes, I think, for the character.
Well, I mean, and then you even look back like Michael Keaton. I mean, how he got the Batman started, and it's really hard because they did such a great job in their roles, and everybody's got to do their own performance and take on that role, and some can nail it, and some it's like, wow. But Robert Pattinson, I'm interested to see why they had the vision of him taking on the mantle, and sure, put it on the mask. Like you can play the role of Batman. You got the muscles and whatever, but as Bruce Wayne, to sell that too, it's I don't know. And I know the villains are supposed to be like their origin villains, like Catwoman. So it's a different twist on a character that most people are familiar with. So
I would have loved to see Affleck stay in it and them go to the story of the Joker and Robin dying. I think they could have. That would really have intrigued me. I think that would have been a great movie how they did it. Yeah. But unfortunately, it's not going to happen. And I've heard what Gal Gadot is one more Wonder Woman and she's done.
Yeah, I mean, it's either, I mean, it's like with Logan for Wolverine, it's like, you become part of that role for so many years. And it's like, is that all you're going to end up doing? So you have a lot of characters, like how long will you get Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, or is he going to just continue to live that thing? Because eventually you're going to need some new blood. You definitely need some new blood to continue telling some of these superhero stories. That's why going to like the Young Avengers, bringing in that superhero genre, but from a different perspective. So
it'll be interesting to see where they go. I think Gal Gadot could have outdone Wonder Woman, though. She's done so much, and I think Reynolds is the same way. He's done so much stuff before, and he continues to do so much stuff that I think he'll do one, maybe two more. I mean, one more, but
I hope so. I know he's going to do the three, and now that he's in the MCU, does he become that Stan Lee where he's in the cameos of movies, like at the end, and that's something that maybe he could do. I mean, he's the merc with the mouth, and he's always been mixed in with the superheroes and stuff. So it'd be interesting to see where they take that. I mean, they got a lot of characters, like they're going to try to revive, with Ghost Rider and Blade, and a lot of comics out there, storylines that they can bring to the big screen. So I'm excited because growing up as a kid, I mean, I used to, read comics left and right. My uncle used to have like big books. You'd go over to his house and it'd be like, you didn't want to leave because there were so many comic books. And I remember getting the Secret Wars comic book series and the one with the Spider-Man getting the black suit, and, just getting home and reading that, and waiting, having to wait for the next one to come out.
I think Spider-Man, we don't have to wait. I think I thought that was winter this year is the next Spider-Man.
Yeah, and they're supposed to supposedly drop a trailer after with the Black Widows, so we'll see. They're holding everybody out on that. I know William Dafoe has been talked to about things, but he's like, there's certain things I can't say or whatever. And what storyline they're going to go with, and I mean, it hasn't really seemed like it's that big of a secret now, but it's like we just want the verification in the trailer. But they're really hoping for. I mean, they want to get $1 billion out of that movie, and they really want to make that. It's like that end of the year. You know how Star Wars would always be that December movie. Yeah. Now it's like, I could see them maybe doing that with Spider-Man.
We'll see. I don't know if Spider-Man can carry like that. That's a tough one.
It is. But I mean, and then you got Venom. Venom's hot right now.
Oh man, Venom! That movie. I think that's another one for the fall coming. Oh man, that's going to be big.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting. That's another one too with the guy that's going to play Cletus Cassidy. I can't think off the top of my head here, but the guy that was in White Man Can't Jump, Cheers. Woody
Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson. There we go. I mean, how he takes on the role of Carnage and stuff, and so I think it's really important because you have someone like Ryan Reynolds, who you see him as Green Lantern, but then now all of a sudden,
forget about that.
He's Deadpool. He's Deadpool, and it's a whole different, or you see Chris Evans as a Human Torch, but now Captain America.
Captain America, absolutely. And I thought Winter Soldier was a great series. I know that's the only one they've said maybe one day will get a season 2, but we'll see. Yeah,
and it's like do they need to do? I mean, is Disney Plus, do they need to do the season 2s? Or there's so many stories out there. I mean, you got the She-Hulk, I know, is coming up. I mean, there's a lot of Disney Plus that they could stream and just say, you know what? Let's keep this streaming service.
I think Feige is just so good, and I think he's going to tell these series, and it's part of the whole MCU and part of the movies. I think he probably never envisioned to do a WandaVision season 2. This was the gap between this movie and Doctor Strange, and I think the same thing with Loki. I think the same thing with Winter Soldier. You might see Winter Soldier. Maybe you see another one of those, but
you could definitely, with the storyline of Captain America and Falcon and just the way that they have their dynamics, you totally could have that. I don't know if Loki, if that's going to be something they're going to think about having an extension of a season as well. But
Yeah.
Tom Hiddleston, I wouldn't be surprised if they have a Loki movie, at some point. So.
Yeah. And then, you got Star Wars. Disney Plus, the Book of Boba Fett at the end of the year. 2022, I think they've said is Mando, but they didn't say is it early 2022, late 2022.
Yeah, they're pushing that back, but they really want to give the Book of Boba Fett, a good series run, and then I think they also have Obi,
which he has said it's not a series, guys. It is a mini series, a 4-part mini series.
Well, it's just good to see these things because it's so funny because Boba Fett was supposed to be the villain in the Star Wars franchise, like he was going to have the white costume and be the villain and be somebody that, and then all of a sudden, he goes and falls in the Tarlac, and it's like, wait a minute, like, here's such a great character, but like he was on screen for such a short time.
It was genius. They brought him back.
Yeah. And they've marketed him really, really well. And anything that he has, and just to see him in a Mando, it's great how they put that universe together and said, okay, so who else can we go and get, and who else is part of that timeline? So that's what's exciting. And if you're seeing the Bad Batch, there's some other things that tie into that too. Obviously as heading into the season. So I mean, they definitely know what they're doing over there.
Oh, absolutely.
I know there was rumors of them buying Disney possibly going after DC. So
you never know. DC could probably use the help a little bit, but
well, I would love to eventually, somewhere down the road, if the superhero genre still continues, seeing a Disney setting up a DC Marvel crossover. Like having that kind of big Infinity type war battle, because I think they've done it with the comic books where they work together. So who knows? You
never know.
So,
it's Disney.
I mean Disney. I mean it's like their own. It's like they're a government. It's like they got their own little thing going on. Where it's like anytime you turn around, Disney has their hands on it. I'm excited. Well, that's one of the things we're looking to do at the end of the year is go to Disneyland. Here at the California Adventure, go to the Marvel campus. So the boys, they do want to build the lightsaber. So we're looking forward to doing, that kind of trek. But I know that San Diego Comic-Con is also going to be around Thanksgiving time.
What they're saying. Yeah.
So I'm like, I've always wanted to go to the Comic-Con. So I don't know. It's just the end of the year is looking to shape up to be very
They're going to try to squeeze in a lot. I know SDCC, I think ECCC is early, December. They've supposedly not changed NYCC. I guess they're still planning October.
We'll 6th. I think it's like 6th or something like that.
Yeah, we'll see.
But there'll be, it's going to be limited capacity. I'm sure that things will be still different, because of everything. And, but it's just good to be able to be like, go to something like that again and just be part of that. Like, I mean, it's just something that we miss. We recently went to the water park here. It was fun to get on the water slides and just kind of go back and, it's like you couldn't have that many people in a park a year ago, so.
If they were even open.
Yeah.
You'll love Disney. I loved Disney. The lightsaber was me and my son did it. It was a experience you'll never forget. I mean, it's something he'll never forget doing. It was a lot of fun, and they set that up. It is like an experience to experience it. The droid, I could give. I did that with my daughter, so that was our experience with that. I didn't care for the droid like I did the saber.
Yeah, there's just something about holding the saber, building the saber. Just having that. It's like, I guess it's like the Harry Potter wand.
Yes.
It's just there's certain parts of the movie that connect.
when you turn it on and they say lift the saber and the thing flies up and then you can grab. Oh yeah, it's impressive.
And it's definitely worth. I mean, if you look at the price and you say, you know what, overall, I mean, look, it's going to be worth it. And
I forget what it was, $200. Yeah, it was worth it.
it's like, all right, it would only be a couple of my grails that I might want, but I mean, hey, you know what? For you, kid, let's get you a lightsaber, all right? Like, and that's kind of how it is. I mean, your oldest is the same age as mine, right? 14.
14.
Yeah, yep. And I mean, it's like he already like told me like today. He's all, Dad, he's all like, I want to get a motorcycle, and I'm like. I'm all, okay. Can you you're just going into high school? Can we like put the brakes on this? Like slow down a little bit. Let's review. And then like he's all, when it comes time for me to move out, like, am I going to take the dog? And I'm like, oh yeah, you're definitely taking the dog. But I remember a while back, he had said that when he was 18, this is when he was younger, he was going to move out and take Jacob with him. And I'm like, well, just so you know, you're 3 years older than your brother. So if you want to take Jacob, you're going to have to hang out at the house for 3 more years past. So, but they're starting to get that younger brother, older brother bickering now. So it's like, we got to get them into their own room and have a little bit of fun with that. So
I bet.
But
we have to spin a wheel. I forgot.
I was just gonna say. I know a couple weeks ago
you did want to spin the wheel.
I was surprised. My name got pulled, and I was like, "Well, I'm going to go on the show. So why don't we do it on the show, and have a little bit of fun with it?
There you
go. And kind of go from there." So, guys, give me. Yeah, my oldest is now 39. Yeah, Mr. Christopher's. I might.
Oh, they get older. I have one now that he brings he brought a girlfriend over to the house, and I hear about other girlfriends at the swimming pool, and it's like, oh God.
And you try to think back when you were in those days, and you're just like, how different it is.
I remember it, and I sort of let him go, but then it's my daughter's like, so Dad, when I get to his age, and I said, yeah, am I allowed to have a boy in my room with the door open? Nope. That's a double standard. I said, yeah, it is. I totally get that. But I said, look at it this way. I said, when it comes time to drive, I'm probably not going to buy your brother a car because I don't have any trust in him. But you will talk car.
You get a car. So she's like, okay, all right, I can deal with it.
She still thinks it's a double standard and not fair, but when that time comes, we'll talk.
And you're like, now the car is going to have a tracker, so you can't go. Go to your, if you go to your boyfriend's house, it's going to shut off. It's going to have
I'll tell an interesting story with that. So 2 or 3 years ago, my son learned with iPhones that you could hit this track, anything that's on a thing, you could hit track and you see where it is. So much so you can see, like he said, hey, Mom's going to be home in 5 minutes. I was like, how do you know that? He said, yeah, here, I'm tracking her cell phone. She's going at so much miles per hour. This is the time. And then I'm not thinking it. So the wife is, we're playing fantasy football and I'm with the guys, and I just tell my wife, I don't want to listen to her, the bitching and say, okay, you're going to go to work and then you're going to go to a draft. I just say, I'm saying work late. So we go to this restaurant in the city and we're doing this draft. Next thing I know, he tracks my phone and he tells Mom, hey, Dad's not at work. He's at the so-and-so restaurant. Goes up because I don't know. She thinks I'm cheating. I'm having I don't know what. Who knows what? She drops the kids off, and I heard about it for weeks. So yeah.
I'm like, okay, like there's some things you could say and some things you can't say, and it's like, look, if you want a phone, you want to continue to have your phone. Just remember, I pay the bill for that phone. Okay, son. So let's, I can definitely see my kids doing something like that too.
I told him about bro code, and I said, I hate to tell you, but one of these days you're going to pay very dearly for this. He said, what do you mean? I said, when the time comes, you'll know what it is, and you'll know why I did what I did.
You're like, remember, we forgive, but we don't forget.
Never forget.
Or what do they used to say? I brought you into this world,
and I
can take you out. So, all right. So, chat. I want some good mojo. Okay. So, cross some fingers. Like I know some of you guys won tonight. Congratulations, Sarah. So I want some good mojo here. I thought about the head-to-head, and then I was like, but this wheel thing was kind of intriguing. because recently with your head-to-head experience, I was like, maybe I can beat him, and I was like, I don't know, but this wheel.
I have all different lucks when it comes to different things. It's a very weird situation.
So I definitely, I'm like, okay, let's do the wheel.
All right, here we go, chat. Give Eric some good luck. Away we go. We're gonna spin it. Boom. And
no whammies, no whammies, no whammies.
A Luau pin.
A Luau pin.
You win a Luau pin.
All right, so that is like a pin to write, or a pin that I could put on my board.
Like a pin you could put on your board.
All right, so the Luau pin.
Luau.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
All right, that is good then, because I don't have a Luau pin, and I have a board that I put my pins. So
there you go.
Speaking of pins,
pin on your way.
Did you get some Disney pins? Because I mean, those things are like all over the place. It seems like when you go to Disneyland, it's like
people are fanatical about them. And I mean, they have these books, they have these necklaces, and different ones have different ones. It was crazy. I went out for I got a few from Up and a few from Monsters Incorporated.
Okay. No,
but I wasn't going to go fanatical. I mean, everything in Disney is expensive, but even those they're not cheap.
Were you able to get? I know it was kind of a short notice thing, but were you able to go to your PO? I don't know how far your PO box is, but
I was not. I didn't.
Okay.
I got it, and I wasn't able to get there.
Okay.
So
well, I sent something
next Sunday.
Yeah, I sent something to you.
Okay.
And originally, now I was going to get you I was looking at a shirt because I know you mentioned about Monsters Inc. that you wanted when you were at Disneyland, you wanted to get one, and I was like, okay, and I started looking at it, but then they were like, well, it takes like 2 or 3 days to print, if you pick the style. And I was like, oh, this isn't going to work. Because I was like, well, I wanted to get something for the show, like have it maybe be there by Sunday. But then when they were like, oh, P.O. Box, and I was like, well, P.O. Box can mean a lot of different things. For some people, it's way across town. For some people, like our post office is right around the corner. So, but I was like, definitely it was a pleasure and an honor to be able to come on your show.
Oh, please, my pleasure. Thank you. And don't forget, you also get, for any guests, I also send them a box of candy.
The last time, now that was the thing. The last time we got gifted a box of candy.
Yeah.
And that was amazing. And that was from the gentleman that won tonight, also earlier. And I want to say thank you so much. In person, the boys gobbled that thing up. But definitely it was Jason, I believe.
Yep.
And it was just to get stuff like that's how it just shows you the community at large, like when you get something in the mail and A-OK or, and you're not saying, hey, people send me stuff, but when people do, it means a lot, and I've sent some A-OKs, we've gotten some A-OKs, and it's just like when you see other people open up A-OKs too, it's just like, it just shows you how connected this community really is. And yeah, granted, not everybody's going to get along or we have different views on certain things, but there's nothing wrong with that. We collect different stuff, but we still collect. And, the one thing that has been great is collecting the friendships in the community, people that I definitely call family, that I have conversations with. And hopefully at one time, you see all these people that meet people, because they're in the neck of the woods, like Florida. It seems like half of the YouTube community is in Florida.
Florida's big. Indianapolis is very big. You have some here in the East Coast, whether it's like Virginia and Jersey and Pennsylvania and New York. You get some there in that realm. So you think, if there's maybe not this year, but the next year of an NYCC, or you get people here that are willing to travel to see ECCC or maybe SDCC. But yeah, there's a lot of people I would love to meet. I've gotten to meet. It was all, of course I've met Sean, and me and Sean have hung out at his place in person. It's a unique apartment. It's like a museum. It's unbelievable. You go into his closet and here's like magic cards and figures and here's pops. I mean, it's all organized and it's all, it's impressive. I got to meet #Larry in person. Traveled to Indianapolis and got to meet Two Peas in a Pop, and Clint, which was awesome. I know. Paul, me, and Clint have talked about doing a football game in the future. That would be cool to meet up. So you meet these friendships and you meet these people that own the companies, whether it's like Parker and Monthly Pops or Curtis at Spastic that we've talked. I told Curtis, I said, we go to NYCC, you and me, we got to hook up. We'll go for like a Black Ladle burger in New York City. So
yeah. Well, and that's the thing. Like I said, we don't just collect collectibles, whether it's hot toys, pops, sodas, we collect friendships. And I mean, and when you see that over the year, just the people that you have, like Sassy and I do a show, we have a good connection. And it's just like to be able to have people that support you, like Mama J, your Patreons, like Umpty Scratch, Tats. Tats doesn't even do videos, but that guy is like everywhere. Like hands down. He sent me a Chucky signed pop, and it was just like, that's what this community is like. And it's not like what you get, but it's like what you're actually seeing the benefits of.
Oh man,
the collectibles.
You look at what Mama J has done with her collectible swaps that she's done. I mean, I think we're on number 6 now, and people look forward to them. They love them, and it's a great way to see the different collectors. It sort of mirrors collectibles and comic books sort of together. So it's very, very cool.
Well, and I know when people get when they're like drawing the luau for the collectible swap, they're like, oh no, because this guy has almost everything.
I've always gotten people that are like comic book people. It's like every single time I've gotten comic book people, and they're like, oh my God, what'd you get you? It's like, you can get me anything you want. I mean, it's not a big deal. People get so weird about that. And I'd like to send you something, but I don't know what to send you. It's like, you can send me whatever. I don't give gifts away. I mean, I keep them.
Well, and it's just like, when you draw the name and you're like, and you've done so many great things in this community. I mean, it stands to reason, with your show every Sunday night and on the road to Pi K, and just all the things you've done, like the Pops with Patience, we've been part of that as well. It's the giving back that people have a tendency to realize and understand. And that's what you personified is through your videos and through your live streams. So it's like when people get you, they're like, it's like, okay, like they don't want to mess up. They're walking on eggshells, and they're just like, so whoever has a luau now, I know that they're like scouring and being like, okay, like, I gotta get this. But at the same time, it's all in fun, and it's just do the best you can. Make sure you try to follow the rules, and Mama J, she'll lock it down. I mean, she's big on her ducks. She may squash a few legs on the ducks, but just keep that in mind, guys. Mama J doesn't mess around. So she carries a mean chat and a big stick, and mean, back in her heyday with the rock and roll. So she's probably tossed a few bouncers out to try to toss her out. So
I wouldn't be surprised. And that's another reason to get over there to the West Coast and see people, to get a chance to see you and her and Spectre and Nick at Bands for Arms, Michael, with Pops with Purpose, and it's Michael sort of stepping back from YouTube and everything like that, but being around and sometimes stuff like that's a little sad sometimes.
Well, and but sometimes you need a break. Sometimes, we have to realize, before we started YouTube channels, we did have a life. We were doing certain things. I if it wasn't for the pandemic, I probably wouldn't have created a channel. But that has also given me an opportunity to connect with my boys on a greater level. My mom, who has a stage 4 lung cancer, can watch our videos from time to time. And then the amazing people that we meet in the community. So the positives have come through the negatives. And
absolutely. I get it all. People, I don't tell people at work, and then they find it interesting. And I get people ask me questions, and I have people at work that say, hey, I bought your shirt. I'm like, if you like it, that's what. And I have a daughter, and my daughter is like big time pop couple, and she has said, where does Lisa and James live? I'm like, why? I want to go see their house. I see all these things. I see these tiny ghosts, and God knows what pop couple has done to me with tiny ghosts and her and all these little knickknacks. Oh my God.
Now I'm not too far from Pop Couple. I'm about an hour and a half, like in Sacramento area.
She wants to go see Lisa. That's
Yeah.
her. And Lisa, would Lisa send her? I think I got something from their auction. They sent this little Tokidoki thing. Oh, the kid goes nuts for this Tokidoki. Dad, what is? Listen, no Tokidoki. I draw the line. Tiny ghost. Not doing Tokidoki stuff.
You're like, hey, do you want to watch the video that I just edited and just dropped? No, we want to watch Pop Couple.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay.
Pop Couple. She was all into the Disney thing. I mean, she was like, hey, when are they dropping the next one? I said, well, maybe in a week, or it just depends. I want to wait. When's the next one?
Well, my very first live stream that I ever went on was with Pop Couple with Bands for Arms. And I mean, like, I was so nervous with that, but and I actually won. I beat Will Be Poppin'. I beat him by like $1 or $2. So it was a lot of fun to see that and go on that experience. And, now, like with the live streams, it's hard because there are so many of them, and because with COVID, it's allowed a lot of us to be on, and there's only so many time in the day, and you try to do the best you can to support and, and be there. But I try to catch, a little bit on the rewind, and especially in the summer now, I get up in the morning, come downstairs, I relax, and I like pop on YouTube, and I'm like, okay, I want to watch this and catch up to this. Like, I know Candyman circles back around, and sometimes you got to do that,
absolutely. You can't watch it all, and then some channels they go dark, and like, where I haven't seen them in a little while, and you got to go searching, and certain things for certain people, I mean, I enjoy some things with Hot Toys, so there's times I put on certain people that I like to watch that, or it's like, man, I'd like to, let's see what this big mystery box is, or let's see what this collectible is, and oh yeah. Yeah.
Well, especially when it's like a $700 mystery box, and you're just like, wow, like, okay, I don't know if I could do that because $700 can give me a lot, or I can buy a couple of things that I did want, but now I may not get in this box. But the excitement of actually pulling something that, fits your collection, and you're just like, wow, or you get the top hit, like I remember seeing, going on YouTube and watching people open some of these boxes, like grown kids TV, like they open it up and it's like, and they're shaking, and you're just like, wow, like, can you imagine?
What was it? Freddie Funko is, I think, what was it? Michelangelo, one of the turtles.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So you're just like, wow, it's like just having that rush of opening it up. I mean, I recently opened up a Dead Zone mystery box, and I got the Loch Ness Monster, and and that was exciting to get a pull, when you do stuff like that, or you just hit value, like, I mean, I recently opened up Mama J's mystery box, and the value was there, and it's like you're like, that's what you want, when you get mystery boxes, you hope you get value. We're actually working on our first mystery box ourselves. We're going to go camping. We have 4th of July and celebrity golf, and then we're going to put together it's going to be a summer scorcher mystery box. I know one of the things like the Red Hulk glow chase is going to be one of them as a top hit, and $50 guaranteed value. So we're going to have a little bit of fun with that. I told the boys they're going to need to help me go to work, and I said, like, they can, that's the thing now. In order to get them to help me, I got to like dangle the carrot, I got to be like, okay, like, I'll get you this, or, maybe I'll buy you a game for your VR, so.
Yeah, I can't get the older one to help me for anything, but the little one's always down here. Daddy, you doing a whatnot? Yeah. Does that mean we get to pack? Yeah.
Yeah. Be like, oh, sweet. Yeah. That's the hardest.
Down is if I do a mystery box, I'll put them together. And I said, listen, the boxes are down there. They're all the same. Put the little Luau stamp on them, and then number them and move them around. And he does that. So.
Yeah. And and that's such the Whatnot, like I need to put a few things on Whatnot but I did apply to try to do a Whatnot, and I don't know, like, it looks like a lot of work. I mean, especially with your first time, like, it just seems like reading the chat, and
I started them back in August, and I've done maybe one a month since then, maybe sometimes two. And once you get used to it, I mean, I look at what we did back then when there wasn't everyone was going, where there was like one a night or two a night. And to think I went at one time like 3.5, 4 hours is just mind boggling, because right now I won't go more than an hour and a half. I don't have it in me.
Yeah,
But it's preparing. It's knowing these are the boxes I need. This is the bubble I need. We've upgraded printer. Shouts out to James at Pop Couple. James and Lisa got the printer. They recommended a great printer, and it's just now it's like the boxes are pre-made. I get the little one down here, and we just go boom, 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 and I can knock about 100 to 120 orders out in about 3 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
So is that the thermal printer?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Unbelievable. Rollo thermal printer. I forget how much the printer is. Maybe $200. Best $200 ever.
Well, you figure what you're going to spend on ink over a couple of months period of time. I mean, it seems to make an investment, especially if you're sending stuff out and doing mystery box runs.
Tape to tape the label. These are all on stickies, so it's a no-brainer. Yeah.
Well, that's definitely. I mean, that's the world we live in, and I mean, and Whatnot has changed. A lot of different things. But there's some great, mystery boxes out there, and a lot of people are doing their mystery boxes on Whatnot. So, I mean, it's like from the very first time I came into the community, how fast things have just gone in a different direction, and it's awesome because you got to try to keep up. And I mean, whether you want to do $1,000 mystery box or, you can just have fun doing a $25 mystery box, but seems now the going price is about 50 sometimes, $50.
You're gonna have I think when I do Whatnot auction, I started like 2 weeks ago, and I put mystery boxes up there, and like 2 pop, 4 pop, $30-$50 range, and then I've done a few where it's like the big ones. But when you do the big ones, you have certain players that'll play with them.
Yeah.
And I think it's the same thing when you look at Jay Navo, when you look at Smy and Spastic, they like to stay low, and every now and then they hit you with a big one because they know there's people like me, Grown Kids TV, that like to play sometimes with the big ones.
Well, and then the thing that's hard too is when you get people that come in there, they're waiting to snipe. It's like everybody wants to get a deal. I mean, no doubt about that. And, as a seller, you want to make some money. But it's like you get to that point like, okay, I'm not going to go this much over PPG, or, if it's a pop I really absolutely want, I'll try to get it to the last minute, so you got to be kind of, a lot of people in there, and then I kind of see what they're doing and see who they are, and then kind of see what I can get out of there with. But at the same time, I don't, it's addicting,
Oh my goodness. And especially now, you're talking sports cards and collectibles, and oh my goodness, there's people that spend. I had somebody today that texted me, and they're getting back into Funkos. They said, I spent all day on Whatnot, and you literally can. There's shows going in the middle of the night, early morning. Yeah.
Well, I went into a comic card like Marvel cards, where you open the packs or whatever. He'll let you know breaking the pack, and I was like checking it out, and I ended up going out of there like spending like $60, and I was like, and then of course you get some decent cards that are coming through, but you're like, wow, like I mean, he definitely hooked me, and it's like. I can only imagine the rush, for some people too, especially going in. I mean, I've seen some grails, hit that $1,000, $1,500, and you're like, wow, like
you see somebody do it, you think you can do it, and then it's just it's that rush, it's that gambling instinct.
But then keeping the product, keeping the, you got to keep up with bringing the product in, so that's very tough in itself too, because you're like, you can come in and do a show. But if you're constantly doing it each week, I mean, it's supply and demand. You got to be like, okay, I got to find stuff that people want, or are hard to get.
It's hard. It's hard now because now you have places that don't want to sell the cards of how it was just crazy.
Yeah. But I definitely, I mean, you can't go into Target and find, football cards anymore, or Walmart in some places. And it's like you really got to look around and hope like maybe Walgreens or something, but CVS, and you're just like, you luck out.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, definitely other than that, but, like I said, Luau, I know you you work in the morning. I know you know.
Oh yeah, we're to that about that time. Yeah, I'm used to it though. I can stay up till it's weird. I stay up till about I can stay up till about midnight, and then I wake up at 4:45, and I can do it majority of the week, and I catch up once a week, and it's every morning. I have an energy drink, and
Well, I mean, that's the thing too. Like, I mean, I have to have. I usually have a Monster. I have this orange one, and I put it in the freezer. So I let it sit in the freezer, and it hits just right, like nice cold in the morning. But I used to work for Frito-Lay, and having to get up at 4 in the morning. So I used to do some route sales, and having to get up in the morning at that time, it can be, summer is not as bad, but like those winter times, man, it's like, oh my God. And then you don't get done until like almost, 5:30 at night. And you're like, okay.
Certain times I'm going to work, it's dark, and I'm leaving work, it's dark.
Yeah. And you're like, what? And you get home and you just want to like lay down, and everybody else is excited you're home, and that's
summer's like the downtime for me, because in the winter it's like I got dance, I've got basketball, I've got this, I got church group for the kids. It's like, and she was just doing her schedule for dance. It's like, oh, Daddy, I want to do more dance classes.
Well, that's why, like, how do you squeeze
it out of Daddy?
Squeezing that in, because it's like, you have to duplicate yourself or something. You're like, okay, I have one of me that gets to sleep, and I have one of me that doesn't, and because there's so much going on.
When people ask me what I said, that's how I can do the videos, because I'll go when she has like dance classes and it's like 2 hours. It's just too far to go back home and back and forth. So I can go to Target or Walmart, which are really close. And before keto, I would go get something to eat. But now with keto, I normally don't do that. So I'll sit in the car and I'll just do videos. And the time goes by really quick. She gets out and I go get her something to eat, drop her off at home, pick him up, and go to the next one.
So I was going to ask you about the keto, because before the pandemic, I was actually starting the process of that. And I was like like a couple of days. And then, obviously through the pandemic, you just get in different scenarios. And I was looking in the summertime to kind of, like I told the boys, each morning we're going to get up and go like play basketball. There's places to hike. I said we're going to be more active. How do you feel that, that's been going for you now? Like, does it hit kind of a wall? Or do you feel like there's changes? It always
you gotta cheat here and there. So I've always done that, and sometimes I might go 3 weeks. Sometimes I might cheat once a week. It just always depends. I keep a track of my weight every single Monday morning. I weigh myself and I put little notes, so I know up and down. Okay, I cheated a day with this. I've done that for a year and a half now, and I'm just sort of I just sort of find it works. What worked for me, I fast. I do a 24-hour fast once a week.
Well, because the body sometimes, like, you got to shock the body, so like you got to change it up a little bit. And I mean, but like when you get to have an opportunity to go to like places like Disneyland, and you're like, okay, like I
took the week off for Disney.
Yeah, I mean, like, okay, like I'm gonna cheat. Like, this is just one of the things. But
I got to get through the first day when I cheat. If it's ice cream or if it's carbs or something like that, I feel like absolute crap. I mean, it just hits me like a ton of bricks. I feel awful.
So the body's like saying, "Oh, yeah, wait a minute,
what are you doing? This is not good." Yeah, I mean, if I do sugar, like if I have a night where I'm like, I'm going to cheat tonight, I'm going to have I have this Penn State Creamery ice cream, and right now there's not really good flavors, but there's some of them in the winter that's unbelievable. And if I have a bowl of ice cream, I literally will go comatose. My don't have ice cream, Dad. If I close my eyes, I'm done. Doesn't matter where I'm out.
Yeah, it's hard, because you want to teach the boys or the family, hey, look, you want to, like, I already told the boys, we're no more soda. Like, all summer long, we're going to try to. There may be sometimes you can't get away from it, but I'm like, I only put water in the refrigerator. But now they're drinking a lot more water. But I'm like, I just bought the case of water just the other day, and you guys have already gone through like 16 bottles. Like, what's but I'd rather them do that than the 2 liters. So
yeah, we don't. I haven't. I can't tell you the last time I had a soda. But if I drink anything, I take a 24 ounce thing of water. I fill it up twice, and I do like Mio, which is like 0 calories, no sugar. And then I like Propel water. And every morning or every other morning I'll do Wake Up Unlimited Energy, which is like keto friendly, no sugar. It's like stevia and monk fruit. And the wrestler Ryback, actually, it's his product. So unbelievable stuff. I've not had an energy drink for me that's worked as good as that stuff.
Well, and I know Mama J says monsters aren't good for your heart, and I totally agree. I try not to have, like, I don't smoke, you know. I mean, I try not to have many vices in my life, you know, the best I can. But like back in December, for some reason, like I was like watching a comic book stream, an auction, and I had this pain in my shoulder, and it felt like there was bricks on, like just a pile of bricks on it, and I ended up going to the hospital, and they wanted to, you know, just check me through. Like they kind of felt like it was a precursor for a heart attack. You know, I ended up, like, I didn't want to stay in the hospital. Like I was like, I'm not doing this. Like if honestly, if something happens to me tonight, I'd rather be in my own bed at home with my, like, I was like, you know what? I don't want to be in the hospital, especially during the pandemic, because you're alone. It was really scary just kind of waiting, but like Candyman is another great one in the community. Like he messaged me and he was talking to me back and forth and kept me up. But it's just one of those things, as you get older, you know, you really have to, you know, kind of say, hey, look, I am getting older. And, you know, unfortunately, and like I said, and I know with Mama J was, you know, I tried to say, I'm going to cut back on this and I'm not going to do this. And, you know, sometimes we got to say, you know what, like, if not do it for ourselves, we got to do it for our family. Right.
Oh, yeah.
So, but
very true. Very true.
Other than that, so I cannot say enough, Andrew.
Oh man, thank you for joining me, of course, and thank you all to everyone in the chat.
Yes, guys, thank you for coming out, supporting, appreciate it. Keep an eye out. Like I said, I am going to do a mystery box run. You know, so more details will go into that. I'm going to get my boys moving and working. But we got camping ahead. Some 4th of July. We got celebrity golf. So a lot on the horizon. We are going to do some videos. Like I said, I got some Gem Pops boxes that I've been wanting to open up. So I'm hoping during camping, when they're not around the video game system, I can kind of bring these and say, oh, look what I found on the back of the truck, you know. But so, you know, and just do something fun with that. And we just picked up some bikes today at an actual thrift store. We got in, there was like $50, $40 for a couple of bikes, and so we'll be able to bike ride, and you know, so that's kind of what it's going to be. And then of course Black Widow, we're looking forward to Black Widow. So
2 weeks, can't wait.
But yeah, Mr. Christopher's, you know, I'll make sure I leave the door unlocked. You know, you know, the couch is comfy. I will have no problem opening my home, Mr. Christopher's. So, but yeah, definitely appreciate it. It was a pleasure being on here.
Oh,
and
it's always my pleasure.
And when you get to the P.O. box, it's just a little small token. Like I said, I wanted to get you a shirt. That was one of my goals, because I know that you were looking for a Monsters Inc. shirt. But
I love my monsters. I can't wait. The series, Disney Plus. There is a Monsters Inc. series coming.
Yes, and the ride in California, Disney Adventureland, is pretty cool too. For that, I don't know if they had one in Florida.
They have a Laugh Factory show, and of course with COVID, it wasn't open. So.
Okay.
I know.
Well, you know, like I said, the good thing is, it seems like the things that we enjoy are still going and coming back, and they're always part of our culture. So that's awesome. So other than that, thanks a lot, guys.
Yes. Thanks, Eric. 2 Boys and Their Pops, guys. Go support them. Thanks for coming and joining us. Be well, be safe throughout the week. We're getting into that fireworks season, so keep all your digits next weekend, guys. And I'll be back next 4th of July weekend. Also back tomorrow night with Curtis for a $500 mystery box battle. A late one, 11 p.m. And then Whatnot auction Wednesday, 7 p.m. Check it out. Buy it now as mystery boxes. Some of them still available. So Be well, be safe, guys. Remember, collectible cord, 100 subscribers by next week, and we'll do some more giveaways next Sunday for him.
He had a great box too. He had a great box.
He likes to play in the big boxes too. Collectible cord, guys. Check him out. All right, guys. Be well, be safe. We'll see you again soon.